Hey, what is up, guys? So recently I got suspended from school, and I'll probably explain it in another video. I just want to clarify that because yeah, I don't know about you, but like for some bullshit ass reason, I'm just sitting here inside the house. Probably most likely 9 times out of 10 not getting in trouble. Probably because I'm in a different situation I am in, and I try to explain the situation already to people, and they kind of believe me, and they most likely will believe me eventually, because a lot of people don't. But that's okay because we're gonna get into this next chapter for Diary of a Mohican Kid. Secret agenda. So yeah. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, and follow me on Instagram on Nicholas Pack or Money Heist. Lil 15 is the new name now, if you didn't know. So anyways, let's continue off on Diary of a Mohican Kid Secret Agenda Book 2 by Nicholas Ryan Bruce on Tuesday. So yeah. I found out what's going to happen on Jay's profile. Alex pretty much confirmed that Jade isn't coming back for the Mustangs. He's going to be stuck with the Dragons. Sadly, there's still a very likely chance Desmond could return soon. Honestly speaking, even rumors have been coming out of Alex's mouth about which room Desmond might get put into. Unfortunately, he's very likely to be sent inside of me and Alex's room, which sucks. After what Desmond did was unnecessary, I bet you about 1,000 this idiot will try making more problems in our group's treatment team. Miss Hunter came back in the spotlight, only shocking truth being she was sick. You'd think Miss Hunter really would have left us hanging, but not actually, FYI. The last time me and her spoke was a total of almost 5 days straight, conducting us Mustang's background controversy being total chaos. Just because Mr. Wilson surely thought hanging on top of a tree branch was giving up better than being nice, his sidekick decided taking over for a reboot would have done some Piers Worthy. I could determine hell to the no. When Mr. B-Sacker's class rolled around about towards the end, like whenever I've been humming, these certain staff gotta give problems. And Miss Hunter asks a randomly dumb question, "What are you doing? Are you good?" I think someone like her would be like, "Oh, humming is the worst thing ever, yet we be doing the same." So in response, sorry, my bad. Let me rephrase that. So my response being, "I'm good, I'm fine." Except she keeps on asking like every dumbass in this academy, "Are you sure? You good?" She kept repeating her same response probably 5 times straight. This proves whenever non-common sense gets old, it's almost every single day repeatedly. Hasn't Mohican stopped kids' upcoming horseplay? Because Matt and Lavelle sure had a lot of NFL in them. And looking at Lavelle's past basketball games contain Miss Hacker's younger version's styled hair. Not gonna lie to Lavelle, but his moves weren't as good as it was back then. Chris and Lavelle played against other teams, where Chris eventually sprained his foot, and Lavelle got zero privileges. Jim wasn't bad, but giving Chris an example was making himself quiet. I finally tried to stand up and play basketball by myself to the purpose when accidentally hitting Chris's head to face caused complete anger. For me personally, whenever I get hit by a ball, or, a basketball, or most likely a soccer ball 9 times out of 10, mostly 95% of those situations didn't cause anger at all. Instead, I just play it cool and don't get mad. Like I always do. Because in this time frame, it's kind of crazy in Mohican's protocols. So basically, Chris still was acting like a complete 6-year-old child because while he's too busy crying out in his freshy diapers, I state many facts on why he's completely complaining too damn much. Chris, it's not about whether we're mad. It's about changing his fate and glory. I get your problem. But getting mad over little things doesn't change the way we act. It makes us worse. We're a team, Chris, and believe me when I say this, us Mustangs are willing to get out of Mohican, or else I don't know what else to tell you. And he doesn't just say a word, but Chris keeps quiet because he knows I'm correct as a matter of fact. Sometimes we're going to have issues here and there, unless the topic began about Chris anyways. Chris may have not learned my example, but while his inner ego ignores otherwise, Coach Wilson makes an announcement. As we begin sitting down together, Coach Wilson explains this massive donation that's being planned out to be given away. It's explained while Coach Wilson states matter of reproduction. We haven't done this for many years, but since a student council decided to agree on our part, we like to explaining how donating with youths who have been raped, sexually assaulted, and more. These youths through boys and girls will be chosen to talk to you guys in return. Now, if I'm able to really donate, then hip hop or hip hip, here's papers on whoever would like to volunteer for donating your canteen money. Holy shit, I'm in! Knowing why I decide helping is legal? Those teens or kids are probably struggling hell a lot, making me think about my own past events. So, before we begin that, I'm just playing around. I feel admitting my truth right now, this instance, would ruin the whole concept of secret agenda, so we'll get later through future chapters, along while helping certain kids become prouder donation strategies. I really don't think Miss Hunter gave two damns about these teens or kids who've been gotten raped, maybe because she's a straight up bitch, but kind of feeling she is. Miss Hunter was shooting dirty looks in her most random attempt to start complete nonsense. But can I be able to look at somebody while my client's rights are never gonna be affected? Imagine if I shot dirty looks towards Miss Hunter. She wouldn't like that. Although Miss Hunter is able to do it again against innocent human being, that's so being a hypocrite. But then earlier she wants to continue her dirty looks over and over for 2 minutes while coming back at Alex around hygiene. Alex literally wanted to play a joke with Miss Hunter until she begins toning her voice super loud, looking and sounding rude as fuck. Why is this staff trying so hardcore on us kids? I guess it was back to complete weeks ago. While we headed back to school, Miss Poole completely teared off our souls when she gave us this absolute pile of world-building structure. It was a final quiz before summer vacation. So, even though Ohio's been freezing lately, a lot of pressure was being piled up, unfortunate for my own anxiety. Thankfully or luckily, Miss Karen saved my bargain for being lost, taking away all the terrible bullshit into something unexpectedly. There was a short hallway in the middle of Mohican's school ground, leading a door to Westwood's somewhat front office, I think. It got revealed, remember in my last book when Miss Shaver excused myself from class to explain about expanding my progress and Miss Hughes were ready on preparing outly progress towards a prior focus on getting me back to California? Well, shockingly, stuff been between those edges because my dad knows so. I'm sorry if my comprehension's a little bad, my little stuttering here and there, guys, but like I said in every video, it's just because, whatever it is happening, it is what it is. So anyways, my own father, yes, knows so. He asks us straight topics over above like, what about my son's rights? Or, I just want to see him come home. But sorry, Dad, Marty Tucker's got other plans, just saying. Marty told Lindsay where I could go next after Mohican's completed or not, which may start out at an independent living home named JLL. That sounds great because I've started thinking about getting my driver's license either way. Then I still got this mindset inside my head where living with Dad again could be forceful. I just wasn't done talking. Miss Lindsay got back on the video call and she basically was beginning to stay one side, which is mine. Miss Lindsay became totally impressed, telling me I am actually wise and knew how to stand up for myself. At least we finally got people who are on my side for once. In fact, me and her made a deal to talk extra this Friday at school. Talk about pure self-empathy. Miss Rice wasn't in school today, turning a wild line explosively confusing. I'm not sure what confused us more when we came to figure out the nice situation going down in the gymnasium. Coach Wilson's gym stinks exactly what you expect. Sour cream vinegar chips. Weren't surprised? Neither was I. The night swooped and mopped and cleaned and viciously. Miss Mack decided to let us go back to our rooms, desperately speaking. You would rarely see anyone begin cleaning Coach Wilson's gym. Although Matt and Jay caused conflict in Coach Wilson's bathrooms being truthfully, triflingly, and nastily. I don't even know if that's a word, to be honest, and it probably isn't, so. We had chapel today around 6 o'clock at night. Dr. Miller pretty much came out different because instead of funny Christian comedy, those jokes being made wasn't funnier than past ones. I get how many others thought these jokes got them bowing out laughter, except they're kind of cringy if you know what I mean. I'm just gonna skip towards the last part because a lot of the things Dr. Miller begins stating is nothing interesting in this book, so let's keep it low-key like that. Out of clear sight. Dr. Miller tells us we should hold arms together, which sounded super sus and highly gay. Of course, reasons I didn't even think those Buccaneers need to do this gay shit, except DeAndre getting on the action totally aggressively got even more weird, and I just don't know what the hell this man was thinking. So teasing my next chapter, walking out of church has its boundaries because these 2 weeks were up. And unfortunately, Petty Desmond returned back to the Mustangs, sadly, but uglier on his end. If you enjoyed today's podcast, or if you didn't, that's on you. But let's just take a moment to realize the things that we've accomplished in this world. And now I'm not trying to get political, so I'm just going to keep it like that. The oligarchy is back again, back in business, And I'm just saying right now, in 2025, it is not that preciously convincing that we have a president that doesn't care about the economy, that doesn't care about us individuals. It's going to affect us middle class and poor people completely. And I just wanted to clarify that, just to get you guys the gist of it. But I'm not just saying that. The fact that this man is trying to start 25% tariffs on every country he can think of is crazy enough. So that's why I need you to go check out Adam Mockler. Because he's going to save you a life. Even though he's struggling right now with the way things are going with the media. Don't mind that. Because sooner or later, I'm going to start my own political side of things. I know what you're probably going to say in the comments. Why are you going to start anything political? You say you're not on both sides. Well, let's be honest. I don't like Donald Trump. I'm just going to admit that right now. Okay, I know said I wasn't going to say his name. But I really don't like that man. So, hear me out when I say this. He's an idiot, a fraud, and a vigilante, as you can quite say, because he's doing illegal stuff. Don't promise him anything. Don't think he's going to do anything for you, because he doesn't care. Actually, I can give proof at some point that I sent him a letter, and he didn't accept it. So that's on him. But just make sure whatever you do in voter fraud, make sure it's not fraud, because whatever these voters be counting is crazy. But anyways, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll catch you guys next time on Game Theory. Okay, I'm just playing. But anyways, I'll really catch you guys next time, because this next episode is going to be very interesting, to say the least. So yeah, enjoy the next chapter as you can.